I want to give you a brief background about the well from which the Samaritan woman made Christ.
Okay.
Question 1. Question 2. I remember when I followed the story of Christ and the cross. Christ carried the cross first, then someone carried it, then Christ, I don't know if he carried it again. So is Christ supposed to carry the cross before we do, or the other way around? Why was it that way?
Okay, there is little that is known about the Samaritan woman, and much is recorded in the Bible about her tribe. So there's too much to say about her tribe, and less to say about her as an individual. That's the fact. As an individual, she was a woman. That's very important biblically. And then she was not married, but she was running more than forming in a relationship. Because of the economy of then, she needed to survive, and for her to survive, she needed to run such a number of men. It's not different today. Women run quite a number of men for economical purposes and minimal emotional purposes. The Bible does not tell us whether she had children or what. I think that is all that is recorded about her as an individual. Then the rest is what is in the text. She was at the well where she found Jesus Christ. It was a coincidence to her, but I prepared and I planned a meeting to Jesus because he knew that she was coming. And Jesus intended to come to that specific well just to meet this woman. How do I know? Because when he got at the well, that's when he sent away his disciples to go to the market, because he wanted to stay alone so that he could have the audience and discussion with his sister. So Jesus intended to meet this woman at the well. We will come to that one day when we're preaching about that. But there is too much to say about her tribe, because everything about her is specific. I've talked about the 5 men, I've talked about her meeting at the well and the time and the planning and the preparedness. Then there is much to talk about her tribe. She was a Samaritan. Now, a Samaritan is a tribe that evolved due to some circumstances. It was not allowed in the Jewish tribe for a Jew to involve himself or herself into a love affair with a non-Jew. But when the Jews went to Babylon in captivity, and when they were captured by these Babylonians and the Assyrians and all the superpowers of them, they, due to cases of rape, organized marriages, and circumstantial relationships or intimate relationships, the Jews ended up having children with the Gentiles. Now, a child of a Jew and of a Gentile, be it Babylonian, Assyrian, Egypt, that child was the one known as the Samaritan. And that's how this tribe came upon. The Jews resolved to kill all these children. A child of a Jew and of a Gentile was a sin itself. a curse itself, and a shame and an embarrassment to the tribe of God. So they resolved to kill them. Jacob intertwined, came between that ruckus and stopped the Jews from killing these kids. And he gave them an entire mountain for them to worship from, because they were forbidden to enter into the temple. Why? Because they were half Jews and half Gentiles. Now you have to understand that Jews looked at pure Gentiles as dogs. That's why you see Jesus telling the other Phoenician woman that I cannot give the food of children to dogs. Then the woman resonated with Jesus Christ and she said, even dogs eat the crumbs from the hole. Because Jesus was provoking the attitude of Jews to Gentiles. So pure Gentiles were dogs to Jews. But Samaritans were pigs to Jews. So they hated Samaritans more than they hated Gentiles. That's where Samaritan was. That's why you see stories like the Good Samaritan story. Jesus is trying to exhibit before the Jews that the pig did the right thing, while the priest, the Levite, failed to do the right thing at the Jericho Road. Luke chapter 10, right? Okay. So you have to understand that this woman is significant in John chapter 4 because of her tribe and the attitude that the Jews had about her tribe. So that's the major background of this woman. She comes from the Samaritan tribe. And when you look at John chapter 4 and read that story, you realize that the discussion is going to be on who is right and who is wrong. Because they are forbidden from entering the temple, they started worshiping from the mountain. Why the mountain? Because Yahweh, the God that we worship from the Old Testament, was a God of hills and mountains. That is why Moses gets the 10 Commandments from where? From the hill. Other gods which were not Yahweh were gods of valleys. And valleys were centers of sin, centers of failure, centers of apostasy and blasphemy. And the battle between God and demons, aka Armageddon, is fought in the valley of Megiddo, because God is a God of hills and the other one is that. So a discussion between Jesus and the Samaritan woman is a discussion between which place is right to be worshipped from, which religion is right, and so forth. Now you'll notice that the Samaritan woman in their conversation with Jesus does not recognize Abraham as their ancestor, but she recognizes Jacob. Why? Because the patriarch, which is immediate to their cause and their involvement, is Jacob and not Abraham. And then Abraham is a little bit exclusive, while Jacob is a little bit inclusive. So basically that's the minimal background of the Samaritan woman. Amen. Jesus was not, to answer your second question, Jesus has no business with the cross, because the cross is not for Jesus. We're already seeing the cross of Jesus Christ, the cross of Jesus Christ, but that's wrong. The cross is ours. It's our cross, not his cross. He just died he offered to die on our cross. But what is the cross? The cross is literally, there are two sticks crossed, but that's the literal sense. But the metaphor is, the cross was a curse, a penalty, a destiny for the utmost criminal who had not committed any mere crime, but who had committed a crime of treason. Him was only hanged on the cross. The cross is not Jewish, it is Roman. The Jewish execution is not by the cross, it is by stoning. Stone someone to death, that's the final judgment. Whoever is stoned to death has been stoned on earth, and he or she has been stoned even in heaven. So you can't go anywhere once you are stoned. How did that come about? You could only be stoned if and only if you were caught in an act that violated one of the 10 commandments, or one of the sub 1,000 or 6,000 sub commandments of the 10 commandments. If you did break any of that, and there were 3 witnesses, regardless of whether they liked you or hated you, if 3 witnesses testify that you did it, that they saw you doing that, then you were stoned. That's the Jewish way. But the Romans had their way of execution, and their supreme punishment was that of the cross. Now, why was Jesus crucified on the cross? There are a lot of factors. I do not have time to go into them, but I want to stay in the context and in line. And I tell you that in line of the Romans, Jesus was hanged on the cross primarily, as far as the Romans are concerned, because he called himself the revolutionary Jewish Messiah. What did that mean? That meant that he was running a campaign against the emperorship of the Roman Empire. So the debate between Jesus, 30-year-old, and Pilate, 30-year-old, in John chapter 19, is a contest of kingdoms. Pilate says, I am a king of this kingdom. And that is why his question is phrased thus: are you the king of the Jews? And he said, you have said it. That was enough. Why? Because we cannot have 2 kings in one kingdom. Treason. You want to overpower us. Now Jesus tried to explain, and he told him, look here, mine is not about yours. Mine is not here. I am not only the king of Jews, I am the king of heavens and earth. Treason. Crucified. Because to the Roman, he was going to overthrow them. He was not the first Messiah to be crucified. Many Messiahs before Jesus Christ were crucified. In fact, the cross that Jesus took on, someone already hung on it by the name of Barabbas. Because him also was a Jesus. You see, the name Jesus was all over.
Was not you.
It was all over. everyone named Jesus. And the name Messiah, 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 Messiah. Because Jews were anticipating a Messiah was going to save them. Everyone declared himself, Messiah, 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 Messiah. Just like you see in today, prophet is everywhere. Prophet, prophet. I was shown. Prophet, prophet. You see. Because people are so much anxious about the future. So whoever says, I know the future, masses follow. Because they have seen that you know the what? Regardless of whether what you see in the future comes to pass or not. Hallelujah. Glory to God. So Jesus was put and hung on the cross. Politically, as a Roman warning, which and every individual who attempts committing the crime. The cross was a very painful punishment. I think we need to come back here one day and we discuss the agony at the cross. Yeah, I think I will come one day here and I discuss the dual agony of Jesus Christ. Remind me that even if I forget. So he was hanged on that cross, on the Roman cross, on that very cross. Okay? Now, that cross was not his. Why? Because the cross was for sinners. But him, he wasn't. The cross was for guilty sinners. Soon you're dealing with biblical business. You have to be very sensitive with the language. The cross was for guilty what? Sinners. Not for the sinners by faith, like Jesus was. Because Jesus was a sinner who just took on sin, but who did not see. Okay? So he was guilty by association, not guilty by participation. Hallelujah. So the cross was not his. It was for those he loved. He died on our cross that we might not die our due. He died. So he didn't have to carry the cross in the first place. In fact, it was one of the abuses, insults and blasphemy and blackmail to carry Jesus, our cross, because it wasn't his. That's why along the way, our fellow sinner Simon takes on what is his, and Jesus follows to go and do his part. So it wasn't his cross, it was your and my cross. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Isn't it good news that your cross, someone carried it for you, and then someone died on that cross? Amen.